Welcome to the Texas Goat Radio Show. I'm your host, Victorious. This is part 10 of the 1861 live stream by Owen Benjamin, where he says, choose your God.
And frankly, slave is a fine choice. Just don't be a bitchy slave. Like, don't be a slave that thinks they're an owner, because you're not. All right?
That is the same thing that he has been preaching for the last 4 years, ever since the, I can't remember what I used to call it, but whenever he was actively manipulating people into giving him money for land, for communal land, painting himself to be a savior during a worldwide crisis. And he would say, obviously I own everything. Obviously I am in charge. No, y'all are my subordinates. Y'all are choosing to give me money because y'all believe in what I'm doing. And so that's pretty much where he is coming from with that.
All right. I think I got to the bottom of all of it. Codsworth, super chats, please. Dear Owen, is a proud...
That is the first time. So he's 46 minutes in. He's getting to letters and he's getting to super chats. But go watch the Milker Nation 10-hour documentary if you want to know one of the reasons why people have a problem with Owen. Is because there's so many problematic things that he has said that he believes. And a lot of them are displayed in this video, even though that he's claimed to have changed, that he's claimed to have grown. It's all the same thing. And it all revolves around him being in charge, him being the God of his universe, him projecting into an echo chamber.
Of the Generation Texan, I was pretty pissed when you said that the Alamo is a gay bar. So I'm hilarious. Jesus. I think I cracked the Mandelu. What if it was just a test for the ultimate mind control weapon, false memories, gravy overload? I think there's only one.
The only thing that I heard about from anything that he just said was the Alamo was a gay bar, and then he said that he himself was hilarious because he compared the Alamo to a gay bar, which is ironic because that would mean that if the Alamo really was a gay bar whenever he was in Hollywood, that would be the place that Owen would be, self-admittedly. He claimed to have visited gay bars the majority of the time that he was there.
Actual Mandela effect, and it's Mandela. I think he did die in jail. I think they reworked. This is my conclusion of Mandela effect. They put an actor in there. I can't prove it. Could it be? It's an actor. I don't know. Okay. And then around that, they took an actual psychological phenomenon, which is suggestion, or like you naturally completing something. You know, you're fixing things in your mind, or you make implications. Your mind is always bridging gaps that don't exist, right? And then you create an entire phenomenon with the word Mandela effect hiding the one true crime, which is Nelson Mandela himself dying in prison. That's what I think is, could it be though? I don't know, I can't prove that. But could it be that the only actual Mandela effect is Mandela himself? And every other one is based around the psychological phenomenon of filling in gaps. Okay? How dare you? Bill Scott, haven't dropped a tip in the bucket in a while. Catching up on streams, God bless. Critter Gritter Bear. Thank you, Bill. Nathaniel, paying away gay. Once again, I must say, you claiming blacks love Tussin instead of codeine syrup, which Tussin is frighteningly disassociative, makes me laugh every time. You and Gardner have the best gravy. You on Tower Gang have the best laughs. Thanks, NATO Bear. Thank you, NATO Bear.
The Tower Gang, what he just talked about. One thing I'm going to say is that the views expressed by Owen and his cult members are no way reflected or endorsed by the Texas Go Radio Show or Notorious at all. The Tower Gang is a group of self-proclaimed comedians, and I'm going to be a little bit harsh just because they allowed Owen to steal a joke from Ari Shaffir and get away with it on their podcast. A group of self-proclaimed comedians who say, hey, yeah, we're here to workshop jokes and whatnot. And Owen clearly said, hey, have you watched his, or somebody asked, hey, somebody asked Owen, hey, have you seen Ari Shaffir's special? Owen says, no. Somebody else said, yes. And then Owen later on stole a joke from that special. And so, pathetic cowards, possibly. Scared to call somebody out on joke stealing? Possibly. I don't know, but that is true, and that I've done a video on that, and that is literally how that went down. That is backed up through documentation. That is exactly how that went down. And so could it have been a mistake? Sure. But it's been long enough. They should have called him out. They're still dealing with him. Owen Benjamin is a joke thief. That is for sure documented. He stole stole my bike. He's stolen so many different things.
Marker Bear says, hey there, Owen. Just a note to say, love your work. Sherman family from England. By the way, visited India last year. Some cities like Jaipur are filthy. They're always grifting survivors for sure. Yeah, I got a funny story to read about India someone sent me. 1,000% more desensitization on X, orgy of evidence against them at The Hague. Fleeing to Ukraine in big numbers, cheap property was Russia's SMO, just a tryout for new dominant army. Sure, but if that's not your master, don't worry about it. But yeah, you're getting it. Like watching and enjoying the gravy, not necessarily enjoying, but watching and analyzing and reporting on Malik's, whatever you want to call them, like Malik's plans is fine. You're allowed to do that, which is what I do all the time.
He's giving you permission at this point. Oh, I do want to address joke stealing is not as big of a deal as what a lot of people, unless it's word for word, because, I mean, there's nothing new under the sun. There's different outlooks and whatnot. It can be confusing whenever you are talking about people stealing jokes. Now, the one joke that Owen Benjamin, without a shadow of a doubt, stole was the blank stole my bike. And the reason why that's important is because not only was it a joke, it was already a song. It was already somebody's intellectual property. They made a tune, they put words, they put it out there. And then he stole it, clearly, without a shadow of a doubt. That's one of the only reasons why I bring up joke stealing. Other than that, I try not to bring it up because, I mean, talking about different perspectives, same topics, what are you going to do?
But, don't think that you're allowed to stop it because they all chose it. Okay? You can't free a slave that doesn't want to be freed. You can't stop a junkie without their free will. And the best...
He's literally telling you prayer doesn't work and the Holy Spirit doesn't work. Because it's the same thing. You could see a family member that is... Their God is the drug. If you've ever been addicted to anything, if you've ever been spun out, you know that that's what you thought. But sometimes it just takes one person to say something. He is a very dangerous predatory cult leader, and it's just obnoxious and dangerous philosophy that he's saying right now.
The best way to penetrate someone's shells is questions. That's why Jesus always asked questions.
Jesus didn't always ask questions. He did ask some questions, but he also called people names, and he also spoke in rhymes and riddles and what a lot of people would say are proverbs. He's a wizard that spins webs. He's a spider. He takes universal truths and just makes them confusing. He is an author of confusion. Owen Benjamin is.
Because you have to get them to answer it. It's not even a debate what I'm saying about the fucking FBI and the government. It's not even a debate.
Listen to what he just said. It's not even a debate. You need to ask questions, but what I'm saying, it's not even a debate. You can't ask questions because I'm right. You're wrong. If you disagree with me, that's the way it is. So aggressively manipulative. And I think it's intentional, to be honest with you. It's like a litmus test. If you get mad at him, he doesn't want you. If you question him, he doesn't want you. He wants the docile, the weak, the sheep.
Libertarian and anarcho-capitalists, if they want to go back to a better time in American history where there's liberty, they'd all be hung from trees. Because America was more...
Okay, so now he's going back to a point that he tried to make that doesn't make any sense. What point? He gave you an ultimatum. What point, if you're a libertarian and you believe in freedom, pinpoint a point in U.S. history, United States history, where we were more free. No, it's not about that. We're not talking about going back to the past. We're talking about progression. We're talking about growth. We're not living in the past. We are actively trying to have a conversation. And like I said, I don't consider myself a libertarian. I'm more of a centrist. But I'd rather everybody be free to have a choice to do something than to be forced to do something.
Or Sharia than any Islamic country, including Iran, right now. Could it be you're dumb and gay? Could it be? Like, I mean, come on.
And I quote, could it be you're dumb and gay? Could it be? Come on. I mean, whenever he puts it like that, that's kind of hard to argue with, right? Could it be you're dumb and gay? Could it be? Come on. 147 IQ, ladies and gentlemen.
Ryan, ever since Ye poured retard sauce on the JQ, feels like they want to break up with us. Now that there's alternatives like bricks, they're currently building it. Yeah, totally. You're right, but it doesn't even matter. Truth time, I haven't super chatted for months because you thought I was a glober with my question. Asked why the fuck we see Venus. Think side of the ball you have to be on at night, plus Venus orbit, hello, flaw, in my opinion. Ryan, I have no idea what you're talking about. Hang on. Because you thought I was a glober with my question. Ryan, I would love for you guys to try and do what I do, okay? Just to have a little insight in it. Try and talk for 3 hours straight every day while you're reading questions from anyone in the world that super chats. And you tell me if you get any analysis wrong or don't fully understand the emotion behind the question, you fucking give it a try. And if that butt hurts you so you don't super chat, get the fuck out of here. Austin, whatever happened.
Abusive relationship. He sets up a standard to where you know that he will tell you to get the fuck out if he tells you to get the fuck out. Your feelings can't be hurt because he's already told you. That's it. Right there. Abusive relationship right there. 101. Let him know. This is the Texas Go Radio Show, and I'm your host, Pretorius. As always, till next time.